sir.
Thank you very much.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, please.
And what's your name?
My name is Jimba Malik Abdul Samil.
Okay. Now tell us, how happy are you to see the construction of this road, which is about to help reduce your number of time hours traveling from Damongo to Salaga?
Oh, it's not easy to help people. So we thank God, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Donoko Akufo-Addo, has come to the Central Gonja, Yapekusogo, to help us. Because at first, when we are about to go to Salaga, it takes us a number of hours before we get there, due to the traffic roads we meet at Tamale. But this road, it has come.
Kwaku, as I'm speaking to you now, President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, has just arrived at the ceremony, which will see the president addressing a large gathering here. And in fact, the rate at which people are trooping in just to listen to the president, also follow president, inspect this road, is just overwhelming. Opedi boko there.
Oh, boko.
Yes.
Sumidas.
Akran the frost.
I'm from Idrisu.
Mama the frost.
I mean, me grow for you now from Idrisu.
Okay, but me and just say, before construction of Sa Ekwaway, how difficult Nana Ayese over Sir Utukwan free Damongo and the Kosalaga Senate?
Oh, how dear gentlemen campo. Shall I say, now with freedom and go say over one who Salagano, over short say 8 hours. Quite so. He said, go away by. I was saying, she said there was a Damango over Kosalaga, which 3 hours. Now 2.5 hours over do. Quite no a tia cramaya. Until yet the Yamas say, Omufa Quano Batoha. Says an air prepa, she said, the Yamas. Just saying, Nanado Baya, Obacasa over Mayors up way, and Savannah region, the Aniaji Papa. As I Ubacasa and Quantin or Muya Quano. Just a Debiano Uba Quano. One budget. Just a 1 year point Tiamaya. Uber Quasalaga, Siciana Wadru, Uber Cove and Sam and Krunkura, Quanosokra. They say, or how dear, Uber Malqua Kuraba Yawadu. And then through an hour Kurana Wadu. And yet then Yamas said, Ombayas are Quanomai. And Jomungus are almost yet the chance are my Quano de Yamasapa. Okay.
Let's say one Casamu Sukra, Yasha say, Yeju Quais, Wafaso.
Mafaso, they be a media Miquano.
What to him?
Mete Yapehaya.
Okay. You Wafaso Coton near Mao, Salagane.
I named to look aside the hall, Chama, or Hodina Yavasuda.
Okay, it's Una Wafa a Panaso. One year to me and Tiasa said, One am Panasoqua, and found a contract and a Equana Aquacutri.
Ufa Quenosa, baby, I will walk through Utra, I Chamakakra, or one of Quenoquinai. And she has so a Wajit Sabia, who contract on Beto Asso. Just I said, you're Quenotiano, Naka Quenoco Pie, Salaganquadia. Oh, yet I am Yamimbo Ampany for Pa. Said your Mujuna Hua, Mudu Queno Beto Han. It almost a pa.
Let's say, I will hear a month for a becomwa bra. Ometu Panchin at a free Damango, Aqua Salagano. Sa a Quaya Yacha Hanami. At Sa a Breno, a hounding in Asso Yamam.
Bebri, any day in Campo. Just a Sabra Breno. Nanya some kito. Masa Uber Salagapura, I do not have a doubt in Monoqua. What were you, Manos, why you have a toss on? Why now, Velpa? Uber Pago Pieta Male. Up and over Coco Tamale. So who call Salaga, Yakwan Kitoa. Sadana de I went to one Muna or one team in Conco Yajma be at least at the Fofo. The Biasa, she says so dear Uber Martina Damango. Not Adiachi, no up to me alpha, when we Aqua Salaga, Aqua Yajumapura, as Alpha. And I said, first, no, not a so to quite free Damongo, Aqua Salaga. Now, so, Wabwa say, me and Sam Madana. It's as a one hour. I said, you over to me a call. Baba Yawajuma. And you have an eye. Oh, Madame Yapiani. Is that on a masso? Queer to say a war, Yape Kusebu and Potemua. Say it, she said, dear, Yabaka Piano Kurabas up at Yakamu. just a your main coin as near Saquano. Yenina, ya from walk, Saquano. And we were rubber aircraft, woody babapia, asem. Queno Bayano, is a crama. Say, would you cow to power or rubber aircraft, umbre? To see an hour.
Okay, that's a Mudu and I'm for no a war. Salaga, a free Salaga ever damongo. It is a Mutu Mufudiana, would be torn to do in our damango. But first, not yet, quite into not egg, the same way in Yamano, and I got a side. Oh, okay.
Facoin. Coin piano would be papa. This I would defat a money. Sound on until way to buy no. Oh, Debbie, I made a become quite a day at Tiacrama. And there no quantity and Yajong. Just a quantity I can't come when you put them Pia, President Abasa, Papa, Nanado by an idea, and whom Subida. Now, whom the Subida. Just a quail over your mind, Savannah Regino Quan, the Danyamasa.
That's open better to be pretty. Kwaku Peniba Quamata say, Yano Eka say, Aya Quiania, or no, or wonderful, Ewa Salaga, Pantipono, Eso. Now, this man has been telling us, say, before construction of this road, it was difficult moving your goods, your farm produce from Salaga to Damongo. But as a result of this construction, now it's become easy for them to move their produce from Salaga to Damongo. At first, they have to always sell their produce at Tamale, which was making it difficult for those in Damongo to also enjoy or benefit from what they also been doing in their various farms. But just as I speak to you, we now have the minister, the Savannah Regional Minister, who is welcoming the President of the Republic to this gathering. But before the arrival of the President, all chiefs and those who matter to be here were all sitting. When the President just arrived, he was taking around a small tour to greet the chiefs and people of Yape Kusegu who are gathered here to witness the inspection of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So as we speak now, the regional minister has given his welcome address. We'll also be engaging some other people to tell us more about what also make up of this road. Okay, so let me bring in a chief of this area to tell us. He also be a traditional ruler of this area. What he also make of the Salaga. So it's going to be a direct link that commuters will not have to use Damongo to Tamale before arriving at Salaga. And this road is at the eastern point of the Savannah region, and it will be adjoining the western part of the region, which also make it easy for those also traveling within and outside the Savannah region, one of the newly created regions under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And it become part of President's promise to ensure that development reaches, especially the newly created regions, to ensure of development. As we gave you a clear picture yesterday when the President arrived to inspect work of progress on the construction of the Savannah Regional Coordinating Council, the Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Honorable Daniel Kwaku Boche, told us and those who had opportunity to also watch this live production that this forms part of the president's agenda to ensure that less privileged regions, especially the new ones created, will also catch up with the ones that are also developing in terms of infrastructure. So, Kwaku, let me take you straight away to listen to the welcome address of the chief of Yape as he addressed President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his entourage who accompanied him, and some of the ministers who accompanied the president were the Minister for Information, Honorable Kojo Opo Nkrumah, Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Stephen Chalula, and other hosts of ministers and CEOs who matters in this road construction. So let's go straight to listen to what the chief has to say to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. As the president will no time will also be addressing the gathering, and after the president will take a tour of the construction site. But before that, the president will be taken to this board at my back here to see the architectural and the pictorial evidence of what they have been talking about and what they are doing. So let's listen to the chief.
Appeal to you to ensure an extension of the Yape Rural Water Project to Kusogo while we wait for the bigger project, Your Excellency, which we are aware that pretty soon work will commence. We have seen preparations going on and we shall know the bigger project will start. And the bigger project is the extension of water from Yape to Tamale. Your Excellency, we anticipate that pretty soon work will start. This will give potable water, good drinking water for the people of Central Gonja right up to Tamale and its metropolis. Your Excellency, it will be recalled that my predecessor, the late Jira Kosogora Suleimana Ewuntoma Kunkarga of blessed memory, on 27th of July 2020, appealed to Your Excellency when you called on him to create a new district from the present Central Gonja district. He emphasized that this will bring developments Kosovo and Tuluwe traditional areas. Again, 11 July 2021, Your Excellency, Bipura Abdullah Jinapo II, the paramount chief of the Bipe traditional area and also vice president of the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs, appeal to you, Mr. President, for the creation of a district from the current Central Gonja district. Jira Bipura said, Your Excellency, you may recall that the current Central Gonja district is very vast. And he concluded that if a new district is created out of it, it will bring about faster development and region. Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Ghana, I also wish to add my voice to the appeals on behalf of the people of the Kosovo Tuluwe traditional area that we deserve a district. Indeed, the creation of this district will be a very huge solution, will offer a huge solution to our sustainable development efforts. It is the hope that this humble request shall receive swift action so that we can celebrate with you the commissioning of the district before the 2024 elections. Your Excellency, the contractor working on the Jai Road, this is the project, Your Excellency, you want to see for yourself today and see the progress of work. We are happy to inform you, Mr. Chairman, that we here in Yape are aware that the contractor is on site and work is ongoing. We are, however, appealing to you, Mr. President, to consider getting the Kusogu-Karibanto Road done as a feeder road to link up with this Yape road. In the same way, we are appealing to you to consider giving us this honor or this privilege of opening up a very important rural community, a big rural community very close to Yape, a few kilometers from Yape, and that is Katanga. This is a very important farming and fishing village, and we think that they will also have access to this major road that is going to flow from Yape to Bunjai. Your Excellency, we believe and we trust that you will ensure these projects are worked on to link up and make the people to benefit more from the Yape to road. Of concern, Your Excellency, is the establishment of a second cycle institution in Yape or Kusogo. Kusogo has no second cycle institution. Kusogo has a number of junior high schools. Yape has several of them. There are no single second cycle institution, no secondary school or senior high school, and no senior technical school. We are appealing to you, Mr. Chairman, to offer us a senior technical institution to be located in the Kusogo traditional area and to offer educational facility and support to the people of Kusogo, Tuluwe, and all the other communities within the Kusogo, Tuluwe traditional areas. I wish to commend the District Security Committee for their prompt response anytime we call on them for help. We do enjoy police and military patrol in the Kusogo, Tuluwe area. However, if the Kusogo police post is reopened for us, it will solve the numerous armed robbery and kidnapping cases we experience in this area. Your Excellency, we are appealing to you also to upgrade the Yape Clinic into a full-fledged health center. For us, Your Excellency, this could start as a polyclinic. We have several villages in the Kusogo traditional area which do not enjoy any electricity. Some of these include Sankumpe, Langani, Trahanayili, Patanga, Silumboma, Bakpe, and many others. Your Excellency, there are about 17 communities which do not enjoy this facility. We are aware that there is that was offered and some of the villages in the Kosovo traditional area have electricity now, but these 17 communities still do not have electricity. Work has stalled, Your Excellency, and we are appealing to you to either get the contract rewarded or to get the contractor back to site. Your Excellency, we, the people of Kosovo traditional area, cannot thank you enough. We are aware and we appreciate the good works you've been doing for us. And we wish to thank you and to remind you that these issues we have mentioned are very dear to our heart. We shall continue to count on your help, to count on your support. We know that you appreciate the people of the Kosovo traditional area, and we also appreciate you greatly. Thank you, Your Excellency.
You've been watching a live coverage of a ceremony in the Savannah region to welcome President akufo-addo as he inspects the Fofoso-Bondai Road in Kosogo. You heard the Yapewura Dr. A.B.T. Zakaria Bekunutu speaking a while ago, giving his address at this ceremony where President akufo-addo is also expected to speak to the gathering before he goes on that inspection of the Fofoso-Bondai roads. The president will be speaking shortly at this ceremony, but just to remind you that the president has been on a working tour of the Upper West and Savannah regions throughout this whole week, and here at the Ministry of Information we have been bringing you live coverage of the president's itinerary as well as his engagements on this tour. Which includes the inspection of projects, specifically roads and Agenda 111 hospital projects. We've also been bringing you updates on the president's engagements with traditional leaders, as well as interviews and other activities that the president has been involved in. It is live here on this channel, produced by the Ministry of Information. Is also live on GTV, Metro TV, City TV, Adum TV, but also live on Wontumi TV, Netu TV, Wezo TV, and you are listening to us on radio on Asase Radio. On Facebook, you're watching us on the Ministry of Information Facebook page. Shortly, we'll take you back to the ceremonial grounds where the president is just about to inspect the Fofoso-Bondai Road. Remember, this is a 71-kilometer road sponsored by the government of Ghana. And as you heard from residents and opinion leaders in the area speaking to our reporters, it is a big deal for them because it connects to some major towns and is going to really help them ply their roads to their various activities in the area. And so President akufo-addo will shortly inspect work done so far on the Fofoso-Bondai Road in the Kosogo area of the Savannah region. You're seeing on the screen shots from the location. These are live pictures from the location. And as you heard earlier, the Yapewura together with his traditional leaders are already gathered at this ceremony, waiting to hear from President akufo-addo as well before he goes on that inspection tour of the construction site, which we're seeing on the screens now. A lot of construction materials already on site, so it tells us that the work is going to speed up, as the contractors earlier indicated to our reporters. Work is going to speed up on this road, and as you may be aware, President akufo-addo is already at the area. He is at this ceremony to welcome him as he prepares to inspect work done so far on the Fofoso-Bondai Road, which is in Kosogo. Aman Akwesinsia is still at the location, and he will be bringing us more details shortly. We'll cross over to Aman Akwesinsia, who has been speaking to residents in the area who are excited about this development. Remember that the president has been embarking on a working tour of the Upper West and Savannah regions. The president hopefully will be wrapping up that tour today in the Savannah region, where he's been from Sunday. He's actually been in the Upper West region from Sunday. He moved to the Savannah region yesterday, and the president will be wrapping up his tour of that region. We will be crossing over to Aman Akwesi-Nsia shortly, but just to say a big thank you to all the stations that are carrying this production live, to GBC, to GTV. You're watching us on Metro TV, City TV, Wuntumi TV, Movement TV, Wezo TV. We're also on Adum TV, as well as Metro TV, and of course on the Facebook page of the Ministry of Information. My name is Kweku Obenjo. Shortly we'll take you back to the ceremony where President Akufo-Addo is expected to be speaking on his observations so far, even before he goes on that inspection of the Fofoso Mondai road. Our men are on the ground. They will be bringing us some more interviews. They'll be speaking to more of the inhabitants in the area, or residents in the area, as well as the officials who are directly involved in this project. That is coming up right here on this particular channel. It is our special coverage of the President's regional tours. We've been bringing you live coverage of President Akufo-Addo's tours in the Upper West region, as well as the Savannah region. That coverage began on Sunday. Hopefully, the President will be wrapping up his tour of the Savannah region today. And so we will be looking at work so far, the President's work so far in these regions. We'll be speaking to our reporters. They've been sharing they will be sharing their personal views with us. But right now, though, let's take you back to the podium where we are witnessing some more speeches being read even before the President speaks. As you can see, there are some more speeches before the President speaks. This is a live coverage of our coverage of the President's regional tours produced by the Ministry of Information. We're coming to you live from Accra, where we are on the ground with the President, where we're bringing you live updates as well as all the big interviews that you need to know concerning the President's tour of the Savannah region. Yesterday, the President was in the Damango area, where he commissioned a very important project, which is the integrated recycling and compost plant in Damango. That facility, we're told, is going to produce about 500 direct jobs to residents in the area, and then more jobs, more indirect jobs. So 500 direct jobs and more indirect jobs in the area. So much excitement in Damango yesterday as the President commissioned that facility. Today the President is in Kosogo, where he is expecting, or he will be expecting, the Fofoso Mondai road shortly. Well, earlier today the President was at the Agenda 111 site at Daboya, where he inspected work there so far, together with the Regional Health Directorate projects. And as we brought to you the live feed, the President engaged with workers there and appealed to them to speed up work, because a lot of people are expecting most of these projects, to be done in a very, speedy manner. So the President gave them the assurance that the government was going to do its part, but they also have to play their role in ensuring that these projects come up very fast. Right now, the President is at Kosogo, where he will shortly be inspecting the Fofoso Mondai Road. We've just been hearing from the Yapewura Dr. A.B.T. Zakaria Mikutuno, who has been speaking at this ceremony. Shortly, President Akufo-Addo will be speaking at the ceremony as well. And as you can see on your screens, more of the materials for the construction of these roads already on site, and the contractors are telling us that work will speed up. And so we will keep an eye on this and bring you more right here on this particular channel. You're watching our special coverage of the President's regional tours happening live inside the Kosogo area, where the President is currently which is the Savannah area. The Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways is currently with Aman Akwesi-Nsia, and shortly he'll be speaking to Akwesi-Nsia about what government really expects of this project and how government is hoping that this particular road will improve lives and help with a lot of engagement, a lot of movement, I should say, in the area. Kwesi, if you can hear me, and if you're ready for that interview, we can hand over to you now, Kwesi, who is ready to be speaking to the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways. Remember, this is a special coverage of the President's regional tours. The President yesterday began a 2-day working visit in the Savannah region. Today, he is inspecting the Fofoso Bonjai Road in Kosogo. And so let's cross over now to Aman Akwesi, who is ready to be speaking to the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways. Akwesi, if you can hear me, take over.
Thank you very much, Kwaku. Right here with me is the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Stephen Jalula. Honorable, thank you. Welcome once again for joining us.
Thank you, my brother, for having me again.
For a start, how has this tour been to you and your ministry?
As you know, the Minister of Roads and Highways, we are working assiduously to ensure that our road network improves. So wherever Mr. President goes, we have to be around to observe and also to take notes and keep on updating our road network. So we are here, I think today is the final day of the tour of Mr. President, and we are at a site where a very critical road is being constructed. So if you ask me, so far so good.
How critical is this Binjai to Fofoso road to the government and the people of this area?
Yes, you know, Salaga is part of the central Savannah region. But today, if you are going to Salaga from Damango, where we have the regional capital, you have to travel all the way through Tamale to Salaga, which shouldn't be the case. There's a very short route from Fofuso to a junction close to Salaga, and that is what we are doing now. So this road is very critical to be able to shorten the travel time between Damango and Salaga. And I'm sure that when this road is completed, it will inure to the benefit of all the communities around this road. It's a 71-kilometer road, and we have divided it into 3 lots. The first lot and the last lot is what is being worked on. Okay, so the first lot, 0 to 35, is being worked on, and we have done primer seal. We have laid all the foundations, and we have put the first bitumen on 33 kilometers of the 35. And out of this, we have also added another one, the seal Lankasa, what we call the quota. We've added the quota on 24. We've done quota on 24 kilometers of the stretch. Now, it's left with the middle. There's a gap of about 29 kilometers, which is here to be awarded. And on this 29 kilometers is a big bridge which crosses the White Volta. So that is what is awaiting approval by my boss, Honorable Kwesi Amakwata. And I'm very sure that when we get back, it will be approved so that we can procure a contractor to come on the road and start work immediately, because this is very critical. The President created regions to bring development to the people, and this is an example of the development that Mr. President seeks to bring to the people of Savannah.
We know before the arrival of the President indeed in this region, you and your minister have been touring most of the road construction in every part of this country. After visiting Savannah and this specific road, are you satisfied with the rate at which the contractor is working?
Yes, you know, we are always on the road. My boss, Kwesi Amakwata, MP Tiwawa, is myself and my other colleague deputy, and all our directors. We are always on the run, touring all parts of the country to get abreast with what is going on our roads. Now, I can tell you in confidence that we are very satisfied with what is going on. As I stated earlier on in my remarks, we have awarded ongoing projects in Savannah alone is 135. And we have already completed 20.
A newly created region.
Yes, indeed.
Has over 100 kilometers of road under construction.
Yes, indeed. We are done with 24 already. And where we are now, Yape Kusogo has 7 projects ongoing under our ministry. That tells you that we are not sleeping. Mr. President is not sleeping because he's bent on leaving a legacy that it will take a long time for any other president to break. And that is what we are doing now. We, the Minister of Roads and Highways, we are leading the way for all other ministries. And if you ask me, I can tell you that Honorable Kwesi Amoako-Attah is so satisfied with what is going on. And you could hear from the speeches of the eminent chief, Kusogura, and yesterday, Bupewura, the vice president of the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs, he was full of praise for Mr. President for the roads that are being done. And ironically, this is the home region of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He was born in Damango. I was also born in Damango. But Mr. President doesn't have any lineage to Damango, nor any part of Savannah. But I can tell you that the work that Mr. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has done for the people of Savannah can never be compared to what His Excellency JM John Mahama did for his own region.
Okay, so now, if somebody sits out and like, Akufo-Addo government is borrowing, we are not seeing anything. This can be one of the things that can be pinpointed and say that yes, this is where the many borrowings that government has been contracting is going into.
Indeed, all the time I think about it. Those who complain about the debts that we have accumulated over the years, sometimes they need to come down to the rural areas and see the investments that this government has made in the rural areas. You know, we are all part of the country. Mr. President is developing the whole country comprehensively, holistically. He is not developing the cities to the neglect of the rural areas. This place we can consider as a rural area because it's a district. But then look at the amount of money. This road we are talking about is taking a whooping 283 million Ghana cedis to construct, minus the gap of 29 kilometers. This tells you that we are investing. If somebody is sitting somewhere, they should know that we are not borrowing money to buy food and meat or to spend on ourselves. We are investing in the rural Ghana.
Thank you very much. So that has been the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Stephen Jalula. So Kwaku, let me hand you over to the podium as we await the speech of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, and Member of Parliament for Okre. The Minister for Information, and Member of Parliament for Ofuase Ayirebi, Deputy Ministers of State, District Chief Executive for the Yape Kusogo District, 3rd National Vice Chairperson of the ruling New Patriotic Party and the Regional Chairperson of the New Patriotic Party, the Yapewura and the other traditional chiefs who are gathered here, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen, I'm always very happy to be here in the Yape Kusogo district. Because I believe the first project that my government did when I came into office was the water project in Yape. And I'm very happy to see that today, the then Yapewura, who had the conversation with me that brought about the water project, is now a very, very senior chief in Gonjaland as Kusogo Wura. I'm very happy about that development. And it's my intention to pay a courtesy call on him before I leave the district. as you know, Yapewura, every year it is my practice to visit each of the 16 regions of our country so that I can see for myself the performance of government projects and initiatives in the various regions which I visit. I always say that receiving reports and seeing for your things with your own eyes are not the same. So I prefer to come out and see for myself how things are going. And in so doing, I get the opportunity also to listen to the concerns of the chiefs and people of the area, so I can adjust government programs and initiatives to take care of these concerns. I'm happy and encouraged by the embrace that you, Yapewura, and the people of Kusago have given to the program for planting for food and jobs. I think you have understood its purpose, and you have also seen the results of the program, and the plea that you have made for more young people to be involved in the program for planting for food and jobs has my complete support. And I would hope that many more traditional rulers will be as far-sighted as yourself to call upon their people to embrace the planting for food and jobs project. And by the same token, I welcome very much your attachment to the Green Ghana project. It's important for our future. I believe that the request that Yapewura you have made about how we can extend the Yape water project to Kusago pending the commencement of the Tamale water project is a well-made request. And it will be something that I will be consulting with both the water company and the Minister for Water and Sanitation and Water Resources when I get back to Accra. You'll hear from me very soon about that. The other matters that you have put on the table, many of them have been responded to. The demand for a district, the Minister for Local Government has spoken eloquently about it, as indeed the Minister for Roads and Highways has responded to the request you have made about the feeder road linkage, and also the upgrading of the health centers. The Deputy Minister for Health has also responded to it. One of the things that surprises me a little bit, I have to confess, I'm here, we have to speak the truth to each other, that Yape Kusago, since 1992, I've known two people who have been the members of parliament for Yape Kusago. One, the first one, was my very good friend, Amadou Seydou. We met in parliament, and we became friends, and that friendship has lasted up till today. When he left, the elder brother of the excellent young man who is the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and Member of Parliament for Damango, Abujinapo, his elder brother John, then took over the MPship for Yape Kusago. What this tells me is that the 8 elections that we have had in Ghana since 1992 have always gone to the National Democratic Congress. And yet when I come here, I hear all of these demands. It's true. It's true. The deputy, the young man who for a long time was Minister of Power, 17 communities in his district still have not been connected to the grid. But Yapewura, you're lucky. You have me as the President of Ghana. I'm going to do it for you. In the same way, no secondary school, no senior technical high school in the whole of the Kosogo area. I'm not here on the campaign. I'm not here on the campaign. But I think that I've said enough for you and the people of Kosogo to think about your vote in 2024. But our point of view, like the Minister for Local Government said very clearly, we are for the development of the entire space known as Ghana without discrimination. And what work we have to do to make sure all parts of our country get the requisite level of development, we will do it. One very important development that is going to take place in this area is what I'll conclude my speech with. That is the Debris Inland Port that was recently commissioned by the Vice President, which is very near Buipe. Not only is it going to be a nodal point connecting the south of Ghana by transportation, by water transportation, from the south of Ghana to the north of Ghana, but beyond the north of Ghana to the Sahel, is going to be an extremely important transportation hub based here in Yape, Kosovo. And on top of it, the projection is that we're to develop 1,000 acres of land in the Kosogo area as an industrial park that will feed industrial products to the Debris Inland Port. So this is the major transformation that is going to be taking place in the Kosogo Yape constituency and district in the year ahead of us. I want to thank you once again very much for this warm welcome that you have given me and my entourage here in Kosogo, and let to assure you that the good relations that we have established over these 5.5, nearly 6 years will continue for the rest of my presidency, and that whatever is required for me to be able to do within the means of our budget and our financial circumstances, we're going to do it to continue the progress of the Yape Kosogo area. I will from here pay a courtesy call on the Kosogo Ura before I leave the district. But in the meantime, I want to thank you again for this warm welcome, and I wish you the very best and God's blessing for you and your people here. God bless you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Yape Ura will be making a presentation on behalf of Kosovo Ura. Yape Ura Jande Nusina Foko Kosono Fasa Nkoka Kegbo no Fasa President Benjande Bimbamba Workmo Mana Point President.
All right, so you've been listening to President akufo-addo, who has been addressing a gathering at Kosogo, where soon he will be inspecting the roads there, roads being constructed there, the Fofoso Bondai Road. President akufo-addo will be inspecting work there. We're told it's a 71-kilometer road sponsored by the government of Ghana. The president is about wrapping up his tour of the Savannah region, and we've been bringing you live coverage from Sunday, where he began his tour in the Upper West region. So it's a two-region tour, the Upper West region and the Savannah region, and the president will be wrapping up very shortly. We will be wrapping up our coverage as well, but this has been a special coverage of the president's regional tours. Just before we get to the latter part of our coverage, let's go back to our man Akwesinsia, who is at this ceremony. He joins us live from Kosogo, where the president has just finished speaking. He is moving now to inspect the Fofoso Bondai Road. Remember, this is a 71-kilometer road sponsored by the government of Ghana. Akwesi, if you can hear me, so what is happening now? After the president has spoken, what is happening now? Just take us through.
So, Kwaku, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo just gave his speech, and the president is about to be taken around to inspect progress of work on this stretch of road, this 7-kilometer road that's going to ease pressure and also going to ease the stress on the people of Damongo who have been traveling from Damongo to Salaga and have to be passing through Tabara. This time they will not be going that direction again. They have a straight connect road that will be joining them from Kusogu all the way to Salaga to cut down their traveling time from about 4.5 hours to 2.5 hours. It has been a fun tour for me as a journalist. It has also given me a different perspective about when people say we are not seeing anything under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But before I share that, I have my colleague with me here, Wilberforce Asare of Asase Radio. Wilberforce, what called there?
It is well. It is well.
With the Ghana Water Company on the extension of the Kusugu Water Project to cover other communities in the district. The president also said he will initiate plans to connect 17 communities to the national grid, providing them with electricity. President Akufo-Addo also said that his government will develop a 1,000 acre of land in the district as industrial power that will feed industrial product to the debris port, which is also in the district. So these are just some of the key points raised in President Akufo-Addo's address when he spoke a while ago at Kusugu. We're just about wrapping up our coverage, but let's bring back our guys who've been with us from Sunday to now, journalists Wilberforce Asare and Akwesi Nsia. Let me start with you, Akwesi. So you sit in Accra and do most of your journalism, but fortunately you've been on this tour with the president. In just a minute, share the experience with us.
The experience has been good, and I've now realized that there are a lot of work going down here. Probably one might be in Accra might think that nothing is happening under the able leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his Lieutenant Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baobia. But since we arrived at the Upper West Regional Capital, we're moving all the way to Nandom to cut another sword for the construction of dualization of Nandom town roads. Then coming back to Kalio, where President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo commissioned a 35 megawatt of solar power that is going to give electric power to the whole of Upper West region. And coming down here to one of the newly created bridges, making up our regions to the 6th, that Savannah region, after President inspected works of progress of the RCC and other projects going on in the region. Now we are here at Ogosu to witness the inspection of a road that will be leading from Damango all the way to Salaga. So now I have a different perspective and a different way of reasoning into the criticism of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when it comes to the president under his leadership has done nothing for the people of Ghana.
We're currently experiencing a global crisis where a lot of countries are going through or are feeling the effect of what the global crisis has brought in but what does this say about how governments are still pushing to provide developments for their people despite these hardships? Wilberforce.
Indeed, Kweku, and I can relate to exactly what you are talking about, and that's because coming here on the ground, I have been pleasantly surprised with the kind of work that is being done in our rural communities. And rural because indeed we do know that Ghana is made up of the urban areas and also the rural areas. Largely being in some of the places that we have been to during this tour in the Upper West region and in the Savannah region, we have been to the real rural areas. And I've seen for myself firsthand the kind of development activities that are going on there. comparable to what is in Kumasi or in Accra, but what it suggests to me is that there is something beyond Greater Accra region where I live and work. There is another Ghana which is outside the confines of Greater Accra region, and I have a feeling that really the people in these rural areas.
That was Wilberforce, sorry, but what you're watching on the screen now, our contractors taking President Akufo-Addo through work done so far and what will be happening in the coming months on the Fofoso Bondi Road. Gentlemen, stay with us. We are not done yet, but just to let our viewers know that President Akufo-Addo has been taken through some brief at the inspection joints where contractors there are giving him a brief on the work on the road, what work they are going to be doing on the Fofoso Bondi Road. Is a 71-kilometer sponsored road by the government of Ghana. And so as you watching on your screen, President Akufo-Addo watching the board while he's receiving the brief on what work is going to be done on the road, and perhaps how beneficial the road will be to commuters or users of the road, especially in the Kosogo community or the Kosogo area and communities nearby. So you're watching on your screen live pictures from Kosogo, where President Akufo-Addo is inspecting the Fofoso Bondi Road. We're told this is a 71-kilometer road sponsored by the government of Ghana. A while ago, there was a ceremony to welcome the president to the area, and we had the president address a gathering where he gave assurances that his government will consult with the Ghana Water Company Limited on the extension of the Kosogo Water Project to cover other communities in the district. The president also says he will initiate plans to connect 17 communities to the national grid, providing them with electricity. He also said they will develop a 1,000-acre of land in the district as industrial power that will feed industrial product to the Debris port, which is in the district. President Akufo-Addo listening to the brief from the contractor on the Fofoso Bondi road project, and they exchanging, if you like, communication. Also, in your shots, chiefs and other opinion leaders, the president's entourage who are with him, watching keenly and listening to the contractor who is giving them the brief as you watch on your screens right now. This is a special coverage of the president's regional tours. We brought you the coverage from Sunday where the president began in the Upper West region. He is wrapping up that tour of the Savannah region today, and we are bringing you the live feed from Kosogo, where he is engaging contractors who are working on the Fofoso Bondi Road. So in your shot is the president. You can also see the Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways. In your shot, the chiefs are also there, all listening to the contractors who are giving the president assurance that work will be done and done well, so that the people in the area will be excited. So there you have it. President Akufo-Addo received the brief. He's done with the inspection. My colleagues and guys who have been on the ground, Kencity and Wilberforce will join us back now for us to wrap up our coverage. And Ben has just whispered into my ears that Kencity is now called Kencity Salifu, and Wilberforce is Wilberforce Idris. That's the names they've been picked, or names that have been given to them, rounding up the store. So to you, Kencity Salifu and Wilberforce Idris, so what are your final comments as we wrap up our coverage?
Okay, Kweku, so from my side, I think that this tour has been revealing and it has been riveting. I have seen a lot of things that has drawn my attention to the fact that my journalism should not be just based on what is happening in the Greater Accra region, which is the capital of our country, but I should look beyond that. And again, I have also learned that there are lots of things that are happening elsewhere in our country that if we do not send cameras there, nobody in Ghana will get to know, and our worldview will be minimal. And so I am convinced beyond reasonable doubt that this effort by the Ministry of Information must continue, no matter the constraints and the circumstances that surround it. It must continue. People must get to know what is happening in our country. And I personally would want to commend the Ministry of Information for this initiative. The authorities that be must hear us and make sure that this process receives funding and it continues, so the people of Ghana get to know exactly what is happening in their beloved motherland.
We just have some 1 minute to end. But gentlemen, thank you very much. Wilberforce Idriso is with Asasi Radio and Akwesi Salifu is with Adom TV. They've been on the ground bringing you live updates on the President's Upper West and Savannah tours. Gentlemen, thank you so much, and I hope that you get back to Accra safely. And of course, to all those who have been involved, to our production team, we want to say a big thank you to the stations that picked every activity live, to GTV, to GBC, to Metro TV, to City TV, to Adom TV, to Netu, Wontumi TV, Movement TV, Wezo TV, MX24, we're told, also picked all the other stations in other parts of the country that picked the feed live. We want to say a big thank you to you for joining us. Do join us again on the next presidential tour. My name is Kwaku Obeng Imoro. And from here in Accra, we say thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next tour. Goodbye.